reappears before the vetting committee of Parliament for the second time to be vetted by the leadership of the Appointments Committee. Also in the bulletin, Otumfuo Setutu the Asantehene has called for a concerted effort in the fight against illegal mining. And on the international front, World Health Organization calls for fairness in access to COVID-19 vaccines so as to widen the reach in Africa. Thank you for staying with us. Let's go straight to the details of our stories now. We are starting from Parliament, and if you've been following, you know that the Finance Minister was there yesterday. He is expected to reappear today. Now, during his appearance yesterday before Parliament, the Finance Minister designate Ken Ofori-Atta said he hopes Ghanaians will come to terms with the reality of diversifying the country's natural resources and leverage on them into equity. He was speaking during his vetting to questions from the Minority Leader Haruna Idrisu.
What do you need the money for?
Yeah. Mr. Chairman, I think with regards to Ejapa, there are a few things that we need to assure ourselves of. I think first and foremost, the President has said that we resubmit it to Parliament. And so that shall be done, which then opens up all of the issues that have been brought to bear. But I think one thing I need to note is that truly, I mean, the basis of that transaction was an act that was passed, which was thoroughly debated, and we did not really move away from any edicts of that act. I think it is all of us looking at the state of the economy of a new normal, which seems to be global with regards to debt, and we're looking to interject equity into the way in which the country grows. But if you look at the powers of the fund, which this august House passed Act 978(3), the fund may create and hold equity interest in a special purpose vehicle, procure the listing of the special purpose vehicle on any reputable stock exchange, assign or transfer any rights of its mineral income to a special purpose vehicle, assign, transfer, or, so I think we are in the right course. But the challenge for all of us is, as you look at the new normal in which there seems to be quite a bit of debt by all countries, what do we do with our natural resources to leverage it into equity? And I think that's a question we have to face. Now, as to how that is mobilized, the issues we contend with, I think that's the reason why President wants us to submit, so that there are issues around that. But philosophically, I hope we are all going to come to terms with the reality of diversifying how we capitalize and fund our transformation, which we intend to do.
All right, certainly when he does reappear before the House later today, we'll bring you updates of what would go on in the House of Parliament. Let's shift our attention elsewhere. COVID-19 vaccination for 25,500 health workers in the northern, Savannah and northeast regions has commenced in both public and private health facilities across the region. Ahead of the start, a training workshop has been organized for vaccinators across the region. Northern region received 1,700 vials, Northeast 650, and the Savannah received 200 vials for the exercise. Each vial is expected to take care of 10 people. The exercise, which will start today, is expected to end on Thursday, the 1st of April. We're going straight to the region to speak to our correspondent, Christopher Mwako, who has been monitoring the activities there for us. Chris, thank you so much for joining us. You have been engaging some of the health professionals and monitoring what's happening there. Can you tell us whether or not the exercise has actually begun?
Yes, Martin, I can confirm that the exercise has begun, but it is not without some challenges, especially with the application that is being used to, as it were, input the details of these health workers. Since yesterday, around 4 p.m., I visited to the Tamale Teaching Hospital where most staff were at the conference center to take part in the exercise. Due to the application challenge, this exercise was unable to start at the Tamale Teaching Hospital yesterday. This morning, they had a similar challenge, but around 9 a.m., the challenge was resolved and the vaccination exercise started. Currently, I'm in the central Gonja district of the Savannah region, and the exercise is actually going on. So far, about 18 health workers have gone through the exercise successfully. But the reason their number is 18 is that they are doing both manual verification of their staff as well as using the application. So on the application, they have 18. On the manual, they have 26.
Okay. Now tell us about the reaction of the people when they got to know vaccines have arrived. They're going to be taken through the process. How did they receive it, and how are they looking forward to, going through the process of being vaccinated?
Yeah, so I'll start from Tamale in the northern region, where, earlier this month, some members of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives allegedly came out with a statement indicating that some people were being served the vaccines at the expense of the frontline workers, which they threatened to go on a strike. Fortunately, speaking to them, they are saying that they are very happy that finally they are going to be part, or they are being part of the exercise. A lot of the health workers I have engaged have been telling me that, in fact, this is an opportunity and they are grabbing it with 2 hands. Unfortunately, the other people in the communities where these health facilities are not part of this particular consignment. And yesterday, a lot of people trooped to Tamale Teaching Hospital, for instance, thinking that they were going to be part of the exercise. So the people are ready to take part in the exercise, unlike the earlier varied views we had from people who actually were saying that they were not going to be part of the exercise. This time, every individual, every citizen in this part of the regions wants to be part of the exercise.
And we know that you've given us a few numbers regarding the total number of those who are likely to go through the exercise. Is there the certainty that they can finish all of them by the 1st of April as planned?
Yes, Martin, the number I've even given is not the number of health workers in the regions. In fact, Savannah region, for instance, they received 200 of the vials, which will cover 2,000 health workers. But the health workers in the Savannah region are far more than the 2,000. So the second consignment, I understand, will come to cover the rest. But if the application does not fail, it means that all of them will be covered because they have designated vaccination centers within the districts and the health facilities to be able to take care of all these numbers.
All right. Thank you so much, Christopher Mwako, who is our Savannah and Northern Regional correspondent, giving us an update of the vaccination exercise, which is beginning in that part of the country. Certainly in our subsequent bulletins, we'll give you updates. Let's come a bit further down south, this time around to the Ashanti region. The Otumfuo Asantehene, the Otumfuo Setutu II, has called for a concerted effort in the fight against illegal mining, popularly referred to as Galamsey. Otumfuo Setutu II described as alarming the rate of illegal mining in the country.
The Asante made his remarks when the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources paid a courtesy call on him at the Menchia Palace. He said small-scale mining can be well executed to prevent the destruction of lands and water bodies.
Small-scale mining, no, yes, more. Say, yes, she sent ye to Tiwomu ye palm, this ye on between ye. I'm a naye. No. So we yet two near training my woman here, and you don't say,
When the community mining is properly executed and the miners also trained, water bodies and the environment will be saved. Your appointment as the sector minister requires a lot of work to sanitize the sector.
Lands and Natural Resources Minister Samuel Abu-Jinapor reiterated government's commitment to protect the country's natural resources.
Nam Sanitation Tumfonti, as I say, no senior, you cremo hano, any GS Roncon, and I'm say, Pere a year Jumaha. Yes, a banny besia, never G futu, quite a befaswa, a debebo, a Jumano Hobine.
The minister is in the Ashanti region for a 2-day working visit.
Now, government intends to fight illegal mining through the expansion of the community mining scheme. Lands and Natural Resources Minister Samuel Abu-Jinapor, who hinted this, warned illegal mining will not be countenanced by the Akufo-Addo-led administration.
The minister has been visiting some small-scale mining sites in the Ashanti region to observe their operations. At the Adansi North community mining site, operations were being executed in a sustainable manner.
It is very evident that the way forward to resolving the issue of illegal small-scale mining is community mining, because this community mining site I've just come to witness. Clearly, they are mining sustainably and they are mining with regard to the environment and making sure that the mining activity they are engaged in here does not destroy the environment. You've seen it for yourself. They reclaim the land, there is vegetation of the land, they make sure that they plant after they finish the mining, and that is the way forward.
The minister was, however, not satisfied with the safety measures at a mining site at Adumenu.
Minerals Commission, I'm happy with the community mining, but I'm not particularly excited about this one. They have to do something about it, because the safety record, the safety measures, as I can see it, is not up to scratch.
Responding to the issue of illegal mining, Samuel Abu-Jinapor said government will tackle a true expansion of community mining.
Between my office and the Minerals Commission, we are going to make sure that we expand community mining in Ghana, so that the young men and women who want to find employable avenues in the industry can do so, but at the same time we protect the environment. We are insisting that mining should be done in a regulated fashion. So we have no space for illegal small-scale mining.
The minister and his entourage earlier visited the Anglo-Gold Ashanti mines in Obuasi to also assess their operations. He assured management of government's resolve to support them build a sustainable and environmentally friendly mining industry. Ibrahim Abubakar, TV3, Kumasi.
Thank you.
Well, let's go to one of the other pressing stories we're looking at for you. According to the Ghana Meteorological Agency, the rainy season for this year has started. Over the years, parts of the country get flooded with the slightest rain. Kwame Nkrumah Circle area and Dabraka are some of the areas in Accra particularly which do experience flooding. But this week's news, Minister, we are told that the Minister for Works and Housing, Asenso Boakye, visited the Odona River area, which is being dredged to avert flooding. But how ready is the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, to come to the aid of persons who may experience flooding or have their roofs ripped off in a rainstorm, specifically now that we have been told that we are within the period of rain? Georgia, you see, is with NADMO. He's the communications director of the National Disaster Management Organization. He's joined us via Zoom. Mr. Isi, good afternoon to you. Thank you for your time. To start with, talk to us about the readiness of NADMO regarding the fact that we are in the rainy season and there is the certainty that when it does rain, we would experience some flooding.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon to yourself and your viewers. Yes, NADMO is ready for the onset of the rains this year. By saying we are ready means we're working in partnership with the assemblies to do some dredging of some drains. The Ministry of Works and Housing, as you said earlier, is also embarked on dredging some major drains, especially in the capital, to allow free flow of water. And we've gone beyond that. My Director General, Urana Najaman Prempe, is directed all district officers of NADMO to continue with community sensitization, especially in flood-prone zones, so that the people will be in readiness, especially coming on the heels of the warning from Matthew, that it's going to be rainy and stormy. And so if you're going anywhere, if you live in a flood-prone zones, be prepared, especially to know the location of our safe havens, identified safe havens in your community, so that you'll not be trapped by any flood in case of any heavy rainfall.
What can you tell us about sensitization regarding how you are educating people about, one, areas you have identified as safe havens in flood-prone areas? So if it starts raining or flooding begins, they can move to those areas. Very little has been heard regarding that.
Yes, because it's a community issue. It's a localized exercise. Our officers in the localities are to identify the places and then let the community be aware, especially those in the flood-prone zones, so they can. And then the way to assess such venues or identified areas, so that they'll be able to go there, keep safe, and then return to their homes after the rains have receded. In Ablekuma Central, for instance, we have in Jimbu Presby Church, Mateko Roman Catholic Church, ICDC Christ Temple, Abusuokai Central Mosque, and then Abusuokai Methodist Church. These are identified places in such localities that the people can access. They are higher a bit so that you will not have problems. And it's replete all over, especially the Greater Accra region. That's the exercise the Director General tasked all our officers, especially district directors and the regional directors, to do. And they have done that accordingly.
We know that when it comes to issues of relief items, you may never necessarily have the full complement of it. But we also do know that the President, was it last week, donated some vehicles to NADMO. In line with that, help us understand what kinds of relief items are needed, how much of it you have in readiness for distribution. Should we start recording some flooding in the country?
Yeah, thank you. That's a good question. The President, in his address, charged my Director General and NADMO, for that matter, to be in readiness to go out there to support victims of any disaster, especially flooding, since the rains are about setting in. And he tasked us to be in readiness. And some of the items could be roofing sheets in case the buildings are ripped off, roofing sheets, blankets, mattresses, in case people are displaced from their homes and must relocate to maybe the safe havens or identify school buildings or churches, so we can support them on that score. And then rice and others, so to keep body and soul together. These are some of the relief items that we've positioned in our warehouses, and when we are called upon to go support victims of such floods or disasters, we'll be in a pole position to do that. In fact, the President hammered on it, the need for relief items for victims of the floods or any other disaster in the upcoming rainfall season.
Right, and finally, I'd want you to talk to us about partnerships and collaborations. We know that traditional leaders, opinion leaders in some of these flood-prone areas need to be engaged so they can do more of the community engagements for you or with you. Have you done that? What has the response been like?
Yeah, thank you. But the key partners are the assemblies. Yes, the traditional leaders, our Director General himself is gone to places, especially up north, engaged with traditional leaders, and they are ready to support any cause of NADMO to for the sake of the welfare of the people. And then down here to our regional directors and then the district directors, besides the assemblies, are engaging some of the traditional leaders. And the traditional leaders are always ready and welcome us to let them know our program for the upcoming seasons and co. And so it's been very cooperative, but we need to do more to reach out to almost all the traditional rulers. In fact, they are ready and willing to cooperate with us and support us to be able to deliver on our mandate. So yes, it's ongoing, but we need to intensify that. We are not going to rest till we reach out to all of them and then bring down the effect, the negative effect of the rainfall on the people, especially living downstreams or in the flood-prone areas. So NADMO executives, the Director General has tasked all of them, and they are working hard to ensure that this year we get next to zero or near zero in
incidents.
disaster.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. AC. George AC is the Director of Communications for the NADMO, and we are all keeping our fingers crossed that we do not record any deaths now that we are in the rainy season. Talking about deaths, though, one other thing that's claiming a lot of lives is road accidents. A total of 517 persons have died through road accidents between January and February alone, 2021. The figure, according to the Ghana Police Service, is a significant increase in the 393 cases recorded in the same period last year.
Of the 517 deaths recorded in January and February, the Ashanti region recorded the highest with 108 deaths, followed by the Eastern region, 91 deaths, and then Greater Accra, 89 deaths. The Northeast region recorded the lowest number of deaths with 2 fatalities. The statistics indicated the major accidents hotspots are on the Buipe-Tamale Road, Bolga Navrongo Road, Achemasafo, the Accra-Tema Motorway, Titirure and Makesim. Records show between January and February 2020, the number of persons who died through road accidents were 393 as against this year's 517, a significant increase. In all, 2,560 road accident cases have been reported between the 2 months period, involving 1,581 commercial vehicles and 974 motorcycles. 2,766 pedestrians have also been knocked down. Meanwhile, in this month of March, a number of road accidents have been reported. One occurred in the outskirts of Sola, in the Sola-Tuna-Kalba district of the Savannah region, involving a Sprinter Benz bus with registration number AS 302215, which crashed into a nearby bush. 8 people lost their lives as a result, with 22 others reported to be in critical condition. And just last Sunday, 5 persons were reported dead in 2 separate accidents in the Eastern region. The first incident was between 2 motorcycles on the Ahomam-Begro Road. One died on the spot and the other was pronounced dead at the hospital. The second accident occurred at Adaiso. 3 persons who died were suspected to be students of Adaiso Presbyterian Senior High School. Several others also sustained varied degrees of injury.
Now, road safety is a shared responsibility. Let us all take that responsibility and reduce the number of deaths on our roads. In other news, the regent of Bimbilla, Na Yakubu Dasana Andani, has urged the Northern Regional Minister, Alhaji Shani Al-Hassan, to ensure developmental projects due the region is distributed equitably. According to him, most developmental projects end up in Dagbang, thereby leaving the rest of the region underdeveloped.
The Northern Regional Minister was on a familiarization tour at the various palaces in the region. His first stop was at the Gbewa Palace in Yendi to seek the support of the Yana and other traditional rulers. The minister proceeded to Nanu, where he paid a courtesy call on the regent of Bimbilla, Na Yakubu Dasana Andani. In his welcome address, The regent of Bimbila, Na Yakubu Dasana Andani, admonished the minister to ensure the development of the region is extended to all paramounts in the region.
This is a time that Nanu should also be recognized. And projects that deserves that it gets to Nanu, it should get to Nanu.
He advised the minister not to use his office to seek his personal gains, but to do the work for which he was appointed.
It is not a position given to you to feed your family or your household. It is for you to work hard to bring development to the region.
For his part, the Northern Regional Minister, Alhaji Shani Al-Hassan, assured the regent and the people of Nanu of his commitments toward the development of the region. He promised to invest in agriculture.
I know most people here, 90% of the people who live in Nanu engage in agri. We need to do things that will help develop the people. So if we develop agri, we would have been developing ourselves. That is not the only thing that we need. We need good drinking water, good education, good health facilities. That is my main reason. I'm coming with a vision of improving the lives of the people of Nanu.
He called for cooperation and support of traditional authorities to consolidate the development of the region. The minister later visited Wulensi and Pandai.
Now, the headmaster of Tamale Senior High School has welcomed the provision of a 12-seater toilet project to the school, saying the more will be needed and this will improve the sanitation situation in the school. The project was made possible by the 1994 year group of the school.
The 10-seater water closet facility was constructed at the girls' dormitory. The only toilet facility serving the over 1,000 girls has been dilapidated, forcing the girls to resort to open defecation. Addressing the students and some staff of Tamasco, the president of the 94-year group, Professor Saini Ibrahim, said the group is committed to supporting the school to deal with sanitation challenges. He appealed to the students to put the facility to good use by keeping it clean. The headmaster of the school, Reverend Edward Azika, expressed gratitude to the old students on behalf of management for choosing a sanitation project. He called on other year groups to also support the school.
About 3 years ago, coordinating council conducted some sanitation evaluation in the schools, and Tamasco was last. Can you imagine Tamasco being last? Because when they came, we had problems with toilets. We were not last because we were generally dirty, but toilet was a big challenge. So to give us toiletries, a good toilet facility like this is a very important intervention. And so we want to thank you all students for remembering the school that made you.
A student, Suleimana Wakila, is optimistic the era of open defecation is over for girls in the school, as the facility will address the sanitation challenge.
All right, time now for Daily View.
The saga surrounding ethnically discriminatory textbooks in our school system continues, and it has brought to light an age-old conversation piece, tribalism. So today we ask people, does tribalism still exist socially, in our education systems, and even in politics? And if so, what can we continue to do about it? This is the Daily View.
It doesn't matter. Rollins, ni mami edian, enya Ghanaian, ni baba edian. Very good. But Wabe the president of Ghana, Wabe Bibiama Ghana, definitely we will definitely remember him. So why should we be as a way as Santini, as Santifonia before just because of this? Me mama ni Papa Jai, 1999, early 2000. My mom and dad got separate. And the same thing is trending on. I'm married with 3 kids. Just because my mom is an aware, my wife's mommy is never happy with it. If it's what you are just telling me or what you are just asking me is the truth, then they have to drop everything off. Then the textbooks are not right. They shouldn't even bring it out for the kids to learn.
Can something be done? It's not about the mindset. So if we can change the mindset, then obviously we can change it. But I doubt if it can. If we change in school, the child will obviously come back home. And if the mom or if the parents are reinforcing it again, it's like whatever the school is being taught, because the child spends more time at home with the parents than in school. Because let's say maybe the child is in primary school, when he or she vacates and everything, he comes to spend time with the family. So if the family is also not that reoriented, they'll keep on telling that, okay, whatever I've been taught in school is wrong.
I don't think we have tribalism in this country. At least I attended school with people from almost all the regions and communities in Ghana. And when issues about tribalism arise, it is probably out of jokes. But relationship between us as students or as workers everywhere I've gone has been perfect.
There are so many examples that I can cite, but just one of them is the fact that, for instance, if you meet a lady and you are talking to the lady and you show any kind of interest, some of the things that the lady would ask first is which tribe are you? The reason being that the parents apparently would want to find out where you are coming from just to inform their decision whether or not to accept you. So it's one of the stereotypes that we are talking about. It's a high time that we Ghanaians have to accept that we are all Ghanaians. And the diversity is apparently something. It's a strength for us, because once we are from various backgrounds, we are able to share different thoughts. Then we can think differently to have a very conclusive objective to promote the country.
This is still Midday Live on TV3. Stay with us. When we return, we have some more stories for you, including business and sports. And oh yes, do stay. Don't touch the remote. We'll be back shortly.
Will crack after fixing? If yes, your problems are over, because Deluxe brings another top-notch brand, Deluxe Super Fix Style Cement. Dried right, mixed right, packaged right, giving you that excellent finish. It bonds better and lasts longer. Deluxe Super Fix Style Cement, a quality product with right raw materials, making it super. Deluxe Super Fix Style Cement, bond better.
Coming to Ghana this March, Evans Opong Ministries presents Knowledge Revolution. Guest speakers, Dr. Jewel Taylor, the current Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, Apostle General Sam Karanchi, Ankara of Royal House Chapel, host Dr. Evans Opong, the City of Faith Ministry, London, UK, music ministration by M.O.G., Sam Genius, Effie Grace. This life-changing event will be happening from the 26th to the 27th of March 2021. Time, 6:30 p.m. each night. Venue, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Accra, Ghana. For more information, contact us on 0247 484 912. This event is free.
Concerned about your family's safety at your home or business? Worry no more. Get more. For any window or door, get more. For unique custom-made solutions, get more. Call Trelidor 0561 24 24 24. Trelidor, Africa's strongest burglar proofing.
Do not drop the awareness. The fight is still on. Constant disinfection is still very pivotal in the fight against COVID-19. Call and expect today on 020-300-4055 or 050-126-5426 to ensure your space is disinfected.
The COVID-19 pandemic came with unavoidable global economic consequences.
Some of this we've seen already happen in the past 2 quarters.
In 2020, the government of Ghana saw a sharp decline in revenue into a yawning budget deficit.
I think it's really an incredibly pandemic period.
And now, the debt stock is ballooning, revenue is declining, and expenditure surging.
We think that there is a recovery. The recovery is in progress, but we do have some downside risks.
What does the economic recovery path look like in the short and medium term? Is there hope?
They say, I say, hotel for any restaurant for. A moment they say, nipa and restaurant but EPF also
Media General presents the 4th Economic Dialogue Series on the theme Ghana's Recovery Path in 2021, balancing fiscal consolidation with growth policies.
No one country can feel safe until every country has taken precautions to vaccinate its population.
Speakers Razia Khan, Head of Research, Africa and Middle East at Standard Chartered, Wemkele Mene, Secretary General of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, Bright Simmons, Vice President of Imani Africa, Seth Tekpe, former Finance Minister, Professor Peter Kwoti, Director at ISE. It's happening live on Thursday, 1st April 2021 at 9 a.m. So join us on TV3, 3FM 92.7 and on 3news.com. Remember, it's on Thursday, 1st April 2021 at 9 a.m. sharp. Media General 4th Economic Dialogue Series, making economic sense of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Season 12 of Talented Kids is here. We have some amazing talent on the show, and your vote can help make their dreams a reality. Here's how to vote. Download the TV3 Reality app on Google Play Store or Apple App Store, or dial the short code *713*13# and follow the prompt. Keep voting to ensure your favorite contestant advances in the competition. Talented Kids, free to play.
Talented Kids is powered by Indomie Instant Noodles and brought to you by Heaven Insecticide Spray and Coil and Napa Foods, Puma Drinks,
Cowbell,
Deluxy Superfix Tile Cement, Kidivite Multivitamins from Ernest Chemist, Ernest Ointment,
Piccadilly Biscuits, Calipo, Fruitelli.
We're taking you straight back to Parliament, talking about Finance Minister Designate Kenneth Oriata, whose vetting started yesterday, is getting a second bite of the cherry today before the Appointments Committee. So let's go for snippets of what's been transpiring so far.
Then you talk to your question about taxes and production. I think you are quite clear that might have abolished some 15 or 17 taxes in the first instance when we came to Parliament. That is real. We also reduced some electricity tariffs, etc. That's real. So even as we talk, about a very sweeping statements that have you done and is it a failure, would have been an analysis of really what the quantum of taxes that we abolished during that period was, the forbearance we gave in electricity and water, etc. last year, and then see whether what we are raising this year with these taxes really equal that. And I think you realize that whatever we are taking to encourage burden sharing is much less than. But the other issue about democracy is that when you participate in contributing to the state, you are stronger in your voice in advocating for change. and it can't be that you have a welfare state. Okay, so extraordinary things happened last year. We have a commitment to transform this economy. There has to be a sense of participation, or the integrity of participating is diluted. You never feel strong enough to be able to have a voice because so, but then there has to be a balance with regards to decent salaries and where we are going. So yeah, the specificity of the taxes are important. A clean environment is good for health, and that's sanitation. We have energy, which will require us to support industrialization, the Delta Fund, so that's important. We'll look at the collapse of the banks, and in my mind, there has to be shared responsibility. You cannot have an association where wrongdoing is going on and you pretend that you are not part of it. Meanwhile, the intervention of 21 billion has led to a certain strengthening of the industry in which profitability is much higher. They should be part of that. And I think if we begin to create awareness that public purse management is all of our responsibility, you realize that the Petroleum Association, Banking Association, all would take interest instead of saying, and that, I think, needs to be sort of the values that we inculcate. Ghana Beyond Aid, which is going to be supported by the machinery of Oba Tampa, is what is going to lead us. But the Ghana Beyond Aid, there were, I think, some 8 or 9 issues on attitude and values, which is going to be something we, as leadership, must take as a narrative to be able to really move us beyond the mechanical things that we have promised to do in terms of discipline, in terms of integrity, in terms of honesty, etc. And that is where we are leaning to. With respect to the unemployment insurance, as you know, for the first time, government has a partnership agreement with labor and employers, and it is within the purview of them and the Ministry of Employment that are doing that. But we release the resources for them, and they are working actively to see what they will design for the employees. So that is on course. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. My second question, Honorable Nominee. Yesterday, the Honorable Deputy Majority Leader told us how magnanimous you were. I've had to use the word again this morning because you actually had the option not to have brought the EJPA deal to Parliament at all, but in furtherance of that magnanimity, you brought it to Parliament for scrutiny and further decision. I am a Muslim, and I know you are a devout Christian. And in Islam, our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam admonished us to seek knowledge wherever knowledge is. So sometimes when it becomes absolutely necessary, I reference the Bible. So this morning, I'll take you to Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 19. And it reads, "A feast is made for laughter, and wine makes merry, but money answers everything." Mr. Finance Minister Designate, you were in the same portfolio for 4 years. And the cry of all Ghanaians, whether you sat in a trotro or a VIP bus or a 207 from Salaga to Tamale, the complaint was the same: no money, no money, no money. This is God speaking. He says, money answers everything. What will you do differently to put money in our pockets so that when we sit on the bus from Makango to Salaga, the talk will be different? and praise how Ghana is good for everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. I think you should show your neighbor Ecclesiastic 9:9, which she asked about yesterday for the white. So, money. You know that I think the issue of the love of money is also somewhere else, which is the root of all evil. So we can debate it, but I think, you know, it's interesting because it is an advice, and when you look at the issue of, let's say, men's gold, which promises, you know, extraordinary things. Instinctually, you as a Muslim or Christian know that it can't be right. Okay, but you go there. But more importantly, I think we as a country should acknowledge that, you know, the president was swept into office in 2016 in an extraordinary way. The numbers just don't compute. That maybe because he was so popular, because he hadn't ruled before, but that obviously the people of Ghana were responding to something beyond what we can understand, because it was extraordinary. We had also derailed from the ECF, so things were difficult. And if you look in the same Bible, you can see the difficulties that the Israelis were having in Egypt. But with a little bit of sweat in the desert, they were ready to go back to Egypt. So it's natural for us to sometimes respond to that. But you can also admit that there's a sense of strength and dignity these 4 years that we haven't had in a while. You can also admit that our macro numbers are much stronger than they used to be. So the issue then of patience, which is in the Bible, and a sense of direction that we are going to, and whether we can have faith in what we are doing. But truly, our response as a country in 2020 to the COVID is also manifest to the mandate of a government and to protect its people. Now, can you, at any point, if you are clear on the vision as leadership, you make some hard decisions, which sometimes are difficult in the interim, but really, with hope, we should be able to get there because we have a solid plan and a vision ahead. So yes, that therefore does not leave one sleeping on the job, knowing that there are transition periods that are difficult and that we are committed to getting over it. So the battle cry for this budget is one year here. You know, all of us are going forward together. All of us are going to burden share, and all of us are going to share in the profitability. But leadership always has difficulties, and as I mentioned, one of the most famous finance ministers told me, if you are loved as a finance minister, it's a problem. Leadership is going to always have that hit. Mr. Chairman, I acknowledge that, and Jesus himself said, the poor shall always be with you, which means that we have to continue to fight to alleviate that, even as we create health. And my commitment to you is that we shall continue to fight to ensure that we lift the stream for all of our people, so that social mobility shall be our lot. And the major flagships indicate a certain clarity that as citizens, everybody should have the required education and skill set and to be able to realize their God-given rights. But it does take some walking to be able to get there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now, leadership.
Chairman, the whip and the deputy leader will take it, but mine is just yesterday, as we scrutinize the Minister for Finance designate, there are two important issues that we requested for better particulars, and he pledged that he would make that information available to us. One, the issue of the reconciliation of the handling of the petroleum accounts and the PIAC report, whether 600 million or 700 million for 2018 or 2019 respectively. There's some 2.4 billion that as a country we need to understand the whereabouts of it. That will require some reconciliation between his ministry and PIAC. We definitely will demand some answers from him how he intends to walk the country through this in the interest of transparency and accountability. The second, Chairman, is in respect of the McKinsey transactions, their relationship with the Ministry of Finance and GRA. He pledged to make some documents available to us. Chairman, would appreciate it. But just to ask Minister, have you filed your tax returns, both as a person and in respect of your corporate entities as required by law, and as you yourself have extended it even for COVID purposes? Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. Yes, I believe I have filed my tax returns. With regards to sort of corporates, if you were referring to corporates such as Databank and so, I'm a shareholder and not, a director responsible for what they do. So I don't have answers for you on those corporates. I did mention, I think we have already spoken to the new PIAC chair that we will be seeing him after the Easter break. So that contact was made even yesterday. The issue of McKinsey and Co. We are assessing the numbers, and we will get that to you in due course.
All right, Chairman, my second will be Minister.
This is still Midday Live on TV3. We're taking a quick break. When we return, we'll be taking you back to Parliament for a full haul of that particular vetting of the Finance Minister designate Ken Ofori-Atta. He's the first minister in Ghana's history to have had to be vetted 2 days on the trot, and certainly it's for the reasons of his health. So do stay with us. We'll be back shortly with more.
Hey, Papa, no. Hey, why is your friend at all?
I was at the bar with my friend Ato. We are betting the game and tensions were high. And Ato said, Charlie, we could lose. So then I said, same day. Then I won 15,000. Then Ato said, wait, we bet the same amount. How come I only got 9,000? Now I asked, yo, you didn't bet to Bet Planet?
Wait. He didn't bet to Bet Planet?
I didn't bet to Bet Planet. Then the bartender said, Ato, you suck, oh. Sharp, I go take all my money. Then Ato said, all your money? That was quick, oh. He's betting people say, come for yours tomorrow. We went the next day and they said, come for the rest tomorrow.
For the best odds, biggest wins, and fastest payouts, choose Bet Planet.
So, where you there?
I still take you inside.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below the age of 18.
Impressor oil and capsules are carefully formulated to give fast relief from pains associated with arthritis, musculoskeletal pains, waist and back pains, and pains related to sports and other injuries. They contain extras from carefully selected plants that keep the joint strong by stopping the degradation of glycosaminoglycan and support joint lubrication activity. The extras have antioxidant property and eliminate harmful toxins that lead to joint pains, muscular pains, and bone weakness. The combined usage of Impressor capsules orally and Impressa oil topically gives faster relief. They provide relief for a longer period of time. Their combined effect results in soothing sore muscles, alleviate joint dryness, and improve numbness at joints and extremities. With Impressa, pain flees. For bulk purchase, contact Iona Pharmacy 0553 134 185 0243 123 224. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
As a new mom, there are moments of pride, joy, and doubt. Yes, doubt. Has he slept enough? Does she have everything she needs? Does she have all the nutrition she deserves? Each bowl of Cerelac contains goodness that helps your child blossom. That's one less thing to worry about. Cerelac, it's all good, Mom. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Are you Ghana's best cyclist? Can you ride around Ghana on a bike? If you're a professional cyclist, then the time has come for you to show your skills. It's time for the first edition of 3FM's Tour du Ghana. On Saturday, 24th April, Ghana's best cyclists will ride from Tema to Akosombo. Are you ready? With 10,000 Ghana cedis and other amazing products to be won. You certainly want to be a part of the most exciting cycling competition in Ghana yet. If you believe you have what it takes to win, call or WhatsApp us on 0550-052-927 to register for a cool 150 Ghana cedis, or you can enjoy our early bird discount if you register before 31st March for just 100 Ghana cedis. Special rates are available for groups with 5 or more team members. Amateurs can register to participate too. Let's cycle up to Akosombo and enjoy a cozy drive back to Tema on Saturday, 24th April. 3FM Tour du Ghana. Win together. Hashtag 3FM Tour du Ghana.
This Sunday on Date Rush.
You won't worry your girl, but not that much. Like, which of the worries? Like,
One day. Ladies, you heard the man yourself. So if yours is a drop of endoparoni, it may yourself. I'm not even talking about a touch of a polo yet.
You finish enjoying her on stage, touching her, and then you come and put her.
You pay for
Anita,
it.
am I
pay for it too.
His punishment, he should just go. It's not nice.
It's not fair.
Yes.
The all-new season of Date Rush shows this Sunday at 8 p.m. on TV3. Don't miss it. The all-new season of Date Rush is proudly brought to you by Rush Energy Drink, Carnival Liqueur, Ernest Ointment, Deluxy Super Fix Tile Cement, Heaven Insecticide Spray and Coil, and Napa Foods, Everpure Purified Drinking Water, Note Cosmetics, Duffy's Ohima Feminine Mixture, Tabia Herbal Mixture, Papa's Pizza.